How y'all doing? Good morning, guys. I am back again, and I hope you guys had a happy New Year. And um, yeah, you guys did a whole bunch of good stuff, blowing up fireworks and things like that. Um, I know I didn't really do too much. I just watched the ball drop. So happy 2024. This year is going to be a good year. So right now, right now I'm going to be not really necessarily working on that front end there with the grinding right now. That's just going to be put on a hold. Right now, I'm doing some work underneath. I am going to be priming. Get this underneath here. So that's going to be primed up, and then the other side as well is also going to get primed. That's just to help out with the rust and contamination. So I have that maxed up, and I will pull around and show you guys that part. So that's also going to get primed up too. Then after I get done priming those two areas, I'm going to install the transmission back into the car. Right now there's no transmission, so right now there's nothing there. I got the jack right here, because this transmission is kind of awkward to carry. So right there is the transmission, and it's just going to get put back into the car. I got all the other parts I need to put it back in. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and start priming, and I'll probably have you guys watch me just kind of prime these two areas here, just as, get you guys enthused. So right now we're just using some good old fast dry primer. Get that sort of stirred up a little bit, and start priming away here. That's just going to help with the rust. Keep it from rusting. Yep. It's cold outside too, by the way, guys. It's like freaking, it almost feels like it's like negative. Well, it's right now here in San Antonio, it's like, I don't know, the air feel is like, I don't know, 11 degrees, but it's cold. It's cold enough right now. I have to wear like something to shield my face a little bit because it's cold out there. So we have some type of severe winter advisory going on. and put this one down here. Because right now I'm gonna have to go mask. I need to mask up the other side. So I'll put that on there, and well, you guys still get a good view of myself here. I'll go grab some more paper and some tape. Probably should have done this a long time ago. good enough. Primed up. Moving on now, guys. Moving on. We're moving on to the transmission now. Isn't this exciting, man? Like, this is exciting, right? It's very exciting. Whew, man. But it is cold. It is very cold in here. Well, not as bad, but it's cold outside. Oh. Cold. Cold, cold, cold. Adjust this a little bit so you guys can actually see what's going on. Alright. I could move all this other stuff out. Let me do all that. This is gonna be where the freaking transmission is gonna be coming in, so all this stuff out of the way. You guys at least get a good view here. Now you guys should be able to see everything, right? You guys should be able to see everything. Most likely, yeah. You know, I really love this tripod thing. Works, really comes in handy for a lot of the stuff that I can't always show you guys. Alright, so back there, way back in there, where my finger's pointing, that is where the transmission mount is. So that's where the transmission is going to butt up against that transmission mount, and so forth. There are 2 bolts that go on that transmission mount, and sometimes they can be either, well, basically they would be normally a 15 millimeter. But on my Volkswagen, I had some that were probably like a 17, but it was just they're not supposed to be a 17 millimeter because it's just too big to get a ratchet in there. So what my dad has, he has 15 millimeter bolts that go right into, or they go onto those threads there, those two threads way back in there. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on jack stands, and we're gonna have some fun putting this thing back in. It's just that it's so freaking, it's just cold up in here that gotta freaking get this stuff ready to go. Just gotta get ready to go, guys. On its way to Kansas. That's where it's gonna go. On its way to Kansas. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There we go. We'll roll this sucker on out and roll in the transmission. grab this big broom here. Here, I'll just sweep underneath you guys first, because this is from all the grinding. There we go. Get all that metal wrapped up, cleaned up. And squeezy. just freaking carry it over here. And because this thing, I mean, it's not that heavy really, but I figure I just carry it. But I'm going to get the jack underneath of it, make it a little easier to maneuver, because I like it a little more easier. Okay. All right. Time for the grand finale. Now, what I like to just do is I like to just try to center it on the jack so that way it's easy to just pop it right on in. And then kind of go from there after that. Okay, lower it down. I'm gonna put this, center this a little bit. All right. So, see, easy peasy, man. Just goes right on in there. Now, I'm gonna have to crawl underneath there, and like I said, there are 2 bolts that goes underneath there, and I am able to show you guys real quick here, because you know I like to just do these. I like to kind of just do these these videos just to kind of helps me to remember how this stuff goes back in. So underneath here, if you guys can see it, so right there where the nose cone is, this nose cone is going to be butted up with the mount. So most likely, because I already have it already in, I'm just gonna go ahead and like push it in. I need to get myself a little bit lined up here with the hole. And then anyway, so that's how that goes in. You got your two threads. See my finger? All right, so you got your two threads. They're just gonna go right on in these two holes here. They push right on in. You bolt them together, and then obviously for whatever size millimeter nuts that you guys have, I imagine they're going to be like a 15 millimeter, because it's going to be small enough for you to put like a little wrench on it, or I wouldn't consider like a ratchet, but maybe just a wrench, an open wrench, 15 millimeter, and we'll just go right on inside here and here, because the ones I have, they were like 17, but they were just too darn big. Like I couldn't get nothing in there to turn them. So I would have to probably eventually get some 15 millimeter ones that actually fit the fine thread eventually. And then probably will, I don't know, I might have to probably get like a new mount eventually, because this side over here where I have my finger pointing, it's kind of stripped a little bit. So but eventually I'll have to just get like some smaller nuts for those that are fine thread, because this is like a fine thread you know, nut. So anyways, so here we are. We have so right now these the shock control arms for the rear, these are just going to just basically slide right behind here of the axle tube, and then same exact side, same way. These are just gonna slide right behind there. It's a little difficult for me to probably try to like get it in place, because this is like a two-hand job. So anyways, that's basically how it sits in there. Just sits in there like that. I do happen to have, like, when I put these mounts on, that's actually like a stopper, that black stopper. Basically, that black stopper actually hits this guy right here, you know, if just for shock absorb or stopping or whatever, so it doesn't, bottom out. But I usually use pliers though for these, like like some well, like some, they're not like vice grips, but they're just like red handle pliers that I can use to hold, to kind of clamp these down while I'm putting the bolts in. But it's mainly this part right here is actually where the bolt goes. So there's 3 bolts that go here. They can be like a, I don't know, a 17 millimeter bolt, for 17 millimeter, you know, socket and deep socket, or a wrench, open wrench. So that will, you know, in case you guys didn't know, I kind of just go by like the size. I know on mine has the, well, it's got like freaking three different sizes on mine, because I mean, when I got the car, it just had other different mismatch bolts, but anyways, they were the same thing that kind of holds the axles in place. So right now, since I got that in place, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll crawl back underneath the car and get this thing positioned, like butted up on the axles. If I need to, I can always like crawl. Oh, well, I can just give you guys a little bit more of a closer look. There we go. Close up look. Yeah, as you guys see what I'm actually doing on that side there, because it's mainly just that side right there that I'll show you how it all goes in place. And this is easier now because there's no engine in the way, so it's even better. So let me get this thing completely slid all the way in. So you see how I just slid in there? That's exactly how it goes on. If I need to drop down just a tad bit. It's been a while since it hasn't been actually pushed in there. You know what? Something does not look right. Well, you know what? Something does not look right at all. I got these freaking axles, these axle tubes, in the wrong freaking position. Oh, shoot. Alright. That's okay. I'll just have to freaking just take them off. Reposition them again. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this right on over here. That's fine. That's fine. The whole damn time it didn't even go in because. So this is one thing that you guys gotta know is that once you guys you have to make sure you have to put the axle tubes in the right way. Right now that one says R, so that one's gonna be on the right hand side, driver's side. The other one that says left is gonna go on the left hand driver's side. And so I was like in a hurry, like in a rush. So I have to take these off and then put them back on the correct way. Fun, 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 man. Fun. That's alright. I'll just do it like right here while the transmission is still out of the car. And I'll pop those off and then swap them over. These are 13. But you know what? I should have figured that wasn't gonna go in because they have to go in a certain way. I think I got a big ass screwdriver, don't I? Yep. Because I don't have my big claw to pull this off. So I'm gonna have to muscle this off. Yeah, and I don't think I have my big ass claw to take this off. Shit. I left this stuff in I left it in freaking Kansas. Golly. Uh-huh. Um, I'm just gonna have to just basically slowly by little pull it. Little by little. Because it has to slide completely off that freaking bearing. This bearing right now is on there. Well, it's not like on there, but it's kind of stuck on there. Fun. Damn. And I don't have my freaking claw. Yep. I don't have my damn claw. I forgot my freaking claw.
Where's your claw?
It's back in Kansas, dude. Because I just realized that these are backwards.
You put them in backwards?
Yeah, sure did. I put them backwards. No, I'm just gonna just. Let me just see if I can just. I'll just smack it from behind. It's gotta come off. So I'm just gonna have to. Smack it from behind, loosen it. It's gonna slowly come. It's gonna slowly come on out of there. Yep, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. It's start to slowly come on out. I'm gonna need to probably use a little bit more of a bigger hammer. Get some momentum here. Oh. Yeah. Thought there was a big ass hammer. Alright. Well, what I need to do is it's just gonna slowly come on. Have to slowly come it off, or get it off, because I don't have my claw. I do not have my claw. Yep, do not have my claw. Here, I'll bring this down just a little bit so you guys can actually see what's going on. So basically when you put these on, they have to actually match the same exact shape. But what happened was that I ended up putting them on backwards. That was just because I was in a hurry, in a rush. Like, I'm gonna say it again. I was in a hurry, in a big old rush. But I'm just gonna have to smack this off because I don't have a claw. And it's actually in Kansas right now. So, I'm gonna have to use a hammer. To smack it all the way off. As far as it will go until it kind of passes this area here, because it's, you know, the bearing is, like, you know, shoved on a little bit. But it's just gonna have to slowly work its way off, because I don't have my claw. I don't have it. It's halfway coming. It's a halfway a coming. It's a-comin'. It's a-comin' around the corner. There we go, we got it knocked off, man. Woo! Woo, yeah. See? Just takes a little bit of hammering. Bam. Okay, well, we got that one off. Make sure that that little daisy there stays inside. There we go, mate. That's right. There we go, mate. So now this one is gonna go on that side now, because that's how it's supposed to go on. Now, time for the other side. Man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Here, you know what? I'll just try to pull out this whole thing, man. Because, like I said, man, it's gonna. See if I can try to straighten out this. Straighten that out just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Anywho, we got the bearing. We got this guy here is supposed to go back in. So just basically tap that back in place. Okay. Now when you take these off, guys, these like I said, I'm just kind of doing like a rerun, you know, just on the boot. This is basically your plate, your side plate. You have a total of 6 nuts that do hold this on place. So these are basically like a 13mm nut that just fastens the the axle tube on place. Make sure I don't lose my nuts, because I'm gonna have to do the same thing to this other side. Actually, they're all there. Okay. All right. It's good. Got it off. Huh? I got it off. Gotta work with what I have that. Because, I mean, I'm just like smacking it right here just to work them off. I know I just popped off all those washers, but I'll just grab my stick one.
I tell you, when Austin comes over here and works, he always making a freaking mess.
Oh yeah, what was he doing?
He replaces brakes,
Oh,
but
so he had to come over here to do.
he has to come over here and work on this shit because he can't work on over there. But he left all these little freaking marks over the freaking driveway area where, you know, he's. So now, he said he was gonna spray the trees that he just left.
Oh, well, you got in a hurry, Dad.
Yeah, that's kind of like his problem. He gets in a hurry, doesn't really clean up afterwards.
Alrighty, guys. So there you have it. That's how they're supposed to go on. I'm probably just gonna just set the jack underneath here, make it a little more easier.
Huh?
I'm showing everybody here about on how these go on. Yeah, that primer is very dry.
Yeah, it's fast. I think it's fast drying.
Yeah.
It's just that protected because I'll clean it up better once we get out there and stuff. Because I'll be able to work on it at Adam's house and stuff, and I could go through it all and actually do it all, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. guys. So now we can go right back to where I was gonna go. Putting this stuff back on, because man, the whole damn time it wasn't going in. And that's just another thing that you have to most likely pay attention to. Whenever you're putting these back on, they have to go on the right way. Because if they don't, then you're kind of back at square one when you thought everything was going to go on well, pretty well. Alright. So I'm just putting all the 6 washers on, and then I'm putting six of the nuts on this side plate here that holds the axle tube in place. Move on to this one. And this one, I'm just kind of cross-threading them, guys. Okay, and this one, alright, make sure we got like movement and stuff, so we got movement down the other side, same thing. My glasses, man. Is that what's happening? That's what happened now. Whack myself in the face here, mate. I guess that's what's happening. Last one. Bam. Well, I can always loosen these up just a tad bit because there's no transmission fluid being held in here. Because you gotta make sure this has some free movement. Alright. Okay. Now, pop this thing back in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's ready to go back in now. I just want to make sure you guys are able to see all this, like every bit of it. Alright. So now I got everything set now. So now everything can finally slide right back on in there. Alright. Let me kind of bring the camera up a little bit here so you guys can see. A little bit more of a higher view. Like so. I can just like lower this down just a tad bit more if I need to. Bam. Alright, transmission is in the car, guys. It's in the car. Alright. There. So, it's basically already inside the car, but I just want to show you guys here how it's supposed to look. So this is supposed to slide on just like so, in the triangular shape that it was supposed to be in. Same thing with the other side over there. And then if you look underneath, further underneath there, so underneath there, that is where the well, let me see if I can get you guys in there further. Let's see what we're looking at. All right, so right here, that is where the two threads are supposed to go right on in, just like that. Bam. So even on that side, so you got 3 bolts that go right behind the oh, I kind of call it like it's like a spring arm, the rear spring arm plate, you know, because I mean it looks like a plate. So the axle basically, like I said, on this side, it actually goes right on over, and this goes right behind the axle tube. So that way it looks a little bit more, let's get a light there, but that way it looks a little bit more like it's able to bolt back into place now. Pretty much that's about it. It's in. That's all you gotta do. Pretty much it. You know, I like to just, like I said, I actually like to just you know, replay these videos over and over sometimes, just to allow me to, you know, just allow myself to basically remember how this stuff goes back on, because when I'm not really doing much, I kind of I tend to forget a little bit. So anyways, I'll probably put this a little bit lower so you guys can actually see me underneath there. Well, kind of just see how these things go on. I don't know. It's probably about as close as I can get to the bottom there. If I need to, I can always move the camera over to this side. So right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and just start on this side. You guys see that okay? You guys can see where this stuff is supposed to be. Okay. Now obviously I'm gonna have to move this again because I have to grab some bolts. They're supposed to go on this. my sockets. It's probably they're probably a 17, I imagine. Get you guys in there so you guys can see what I'm doing. Not a whole lot of space, but I might need to just move some stuff out the way. So I just want to make sure you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing here. Okay, so right here, these are your bolts. These are what go on the 3. So one's going to be longer than the other. So you have your 2 short ones that are going to go here. And then, well, actually, no, you have your 2 short ones here. This long one actually goes right here, if I remember, but we'll just see what happens. I imagine these are 17, not really. Nope. So they're going to be like a 19 millimeter. Nineteen. Millimeter wrench. I'll just get Okay, 19. This is 19, yep. 19, 19, all the way around. 19, 19, alright, cool. Alright, so the first one's gonna be easy to put on. Well, mainly the top one has to go on first. So what I just do is, this is the long one. Actually, I have to remember that it's actually probably going to be the shorter one. This is mainly how I just do it. Just crimp it on just like that. Kind of holds it in place. And put this guy on, this washer on. Makes it so much easier. And I go back here and I'll just put onto it, and whoops, going the wrong way. It just makes it so much easier just to do it like that. Bam, just easy, just like that. So if you guys have some pliers, that kind of helps out. I'm just showing you guys how easy it is when I had to figure it all out. And then this one goes on here on the bottom. Put my washer on. Put my nut on. Put this on. And I just start cranking down. Cranking it on down, guys. Like that. Same thing with this big old long one. Most likely. Most likely this actually, from what I remember, I think it goes either on top or just slides right on in there, but that's mainly the reason why this is the big long one. So no, it's alright. It just slides right on over, right on top. That's how it's seated on there. Alright, so it goes on just like that. Got your big old nut. Most likely, it probably would be easier if I just slid it maybe the other way. Because it all depends. And let's tap on it here. It sometimes would be easier if I just had a hammer. So I'm just gonna go grab a hammer to pop this one back on because alright, so let me just go grab a hammer. Or you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe I might need to. Because sometimes I have to actually hammer some of these ones in. Because this is where the stopper is. I want to strip it. That's basically where the freaking head sat on, just like that. So, yeah. Well, you know what? If I have to like turn it in there. Because sometimes, man, these things they have to be freaking in there a certain way. Because I don't want to freaking strip it. I mean, it should just pop right on in there like so. If not, then I might need to readjust this before tightening these up. Because they all gotta go in at the same time, so to speak. Just give it a little bit of some looseness. A little bit of looseness there. Probably just loosen it a little bit more, because I think it's just catching. Because it should be able to slide through, man, with ease. If not, then, yeah. There we go, yep. Should be able to slide on in there now. Alright, so, yeah, it's pretty much just an adjustment, guys. It's pretty much all it is. Just a adjustment for how this stuff goes on. If I remember correctly, I think this actually just slides in. Just pop in like ease. Yep. So, by the way, it's just gonna go on there. And It also helps when I have these pliers to try to squeeze this tight. So allows me to get the thread on there. Let me back it off. Let me make sure that this thing is going in. It's going in correctly. Like straight in, not cockeyed. Yep, it's going in there. Okay. So anyways, this is actually supposed to, this stopper, it's actually supposed to slide right in, well, behind here, that notch. And so now I can just tighten this back up. So I'm not really going to necessarily put these on extremely tight. Because all we're doing is we're just having it as a roller for now. So it's just gonna be a roller for just right now. But anyways, that's how the stopper goes on there. Just kind of snugging them up. But that's how they go on. And that's it on that side. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys over here. It's a little bit tight. It's a little tight. So, can you guys see that okay? Alright, perfect. If you can't, that means I'll need to, like, readjust this a little bit further down. Boom. Whoops, not really sure why that was a flash. Anywho, alright, can you guys see that? Good. Right here. Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna probably get some light over here. Some more light. So you guys can see that. Oh, man. Not a whole lot of space, but just want to make sure that you guys are able to see how this stuff goes on. So I'm basically going to start with putting this one on as well. I might probably just start with this stopper first. Make sure that's 19, because I'm not, yep, these are 19, 19, yep. Alright, so this one's just gonna go slide around on in. I'll just slide this in first, so then that way I get this top one back on. So this is how I kind of do it. Same way. I just use my pliers to get it as close as possible. And kind of just helps to get in there as close as possible. Hang on a sec. Man.
I got those spark plugs replaced.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Man, they're probably freaking.
They had a lot of corrosion on them, and they were just so tight in there.
Oh yeah, I bet.
That's all that shit. It's like, golly.
That's Ford German engineering, Dad, for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna drain the oil real quick.
Um, yeah, when I say Ford German engineering, guys, that's the way Ford, I mean, kind of just does it. You know, they just make things very complicated, man. And it's for a 2000 Ford Explorer, so you know it just makes things complicated to you know, work on them things. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one on. If I can. Man. I'll have to try to get it from. No way. Nope. No way, Jose, man. No way. So I have to really freaking squeeze this together.
Man, that oil filter was on that one was fucking loose.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I barely just all I do is just turn it. I didn't even have to turn it. Like, geez.
Woo! Man. That is German engineering, guys. Like, literally. Well, I mean, I just say it because it's just... It is freaking German engineering, man. Alrighty then. Well, got that one on.